Hello and welcome back to Joffrey Baratheon / Lannister. So, the war has been won, the rebels' army has been crushed by our brave loyalists. Lord Paramount Brandon Stark, one of the traitors, has been brought before us to hear our judgment. So, Joffrey, he's got full control now. He does have Marjorie Tyrell slightly affecting him, maybe throwing in some thoughts of mercy. But we already know that Joffrey has said that he will bring Sansa's brother's head. He was talking about Robb, but he'll bring his head to Sansa. So definitely, I will demand his head, and we will take all the Stark lands. 100% yes. We will do that. So we have killed Brandon Stark. He is dead. We have taken Lordship of Winterfell, the High Lordship of Winterfell, and the Kingdom of the North. The war has been won. The rebels' army has been crushed by our brave loyalists. Lord Paramount Edmure Tully, one of the traitors, has been brought before you to hear your judgment. I'll demand his head along with all the Tully lands as well, especially as Edmure is related to Catelyn Tully, who is, of course, Sansa's mother. So, head along with all the lands, please. Lord Paramount Brandon III Stark is brought before you to hear for his execution. Perhaps I should strangle him to death with my bare hands. Sure. Definitely. Okay. Lots of executions happening here. Your septum, Sir Will, is offered to go through your newly acquired domain titles and distribute them to existing or new vassals in order to ease your burden of government. Nah, I'm fine, thanks. So we reserve the lordship of the Red Fork from Sir Edmure the Unworthy, and the lordship of the Blue Fork from Edmure the Unworthy, and the High Lordship of the Trident from Edmure the Unworthy, and the lordship of Riverrun from Edmure the Unworthy, and the High Lordship of Riverrun from Edmure the Unworthy, and the Kingdom of the Riverlands from Edmure the Unworthy. Wait a day. Go to, make sure we have everything. The Jordanes are on our side, and we have to decide who we're giving the North to. So, we have full control. Do we have any friends? No, we have no friends. We do have some brothers-in-law, definitely. We have a son, and we have some siblings. But apart from that, we don't really have very much else. We have our mother, who has her own thoughts. So, book-wise, it would be suggested that what we should do is we should marry Tyrion to Sansa and then press that claim on the North. I still think marrying Sansa to whoever's going to have the North makes sense, because that gives the legitimacy there. So who do we want to marry Sansa to, basically? Tyrion is still an option. He's still there. Is there somebody we perhaps want to have it more than Tyrion? Like anybody. Maybe we could go with Marjorie's plan, which was to marry it to one of the Tyrells, and then give the Tyrells the land. However, I don't believe we can grant the Tyrells any land just now. No. So, our vassals already pretty much hate us as much as they can. I say we just leave it till we end all the wars. And then the Reach comes back underneath us. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Same with the Riverlands. Tywin has suggested another marriage. No, I don't think that's a good marriage, really. Gawain II of the Crag, Westling, has taken up arms for us. Good. Important decisions. Ask for help. No. Dangerous faction. Depose King Joffrey. You know, I was worried that faction may gain some legitimacy. The Mutons are wanting help. Nope, they can cope. Definitely. I think it's time to raise some men and go see whether we can get some land from the Riverlands. Let's raise our men. Right. Now, we actually don't want the Northmen currently raised, so we'll get all of them. Just expand those. Yup. We don't really need those men either. There we go. We'll get our new Rivermen. And we'll merge up over here. You guys don't need you because you're going to walk through that fight. There we go. We'll merge up that army and we'll get them to go and attack the Stormlands. Auto-saving. Auto-saving. Oh, we also don't need that one because you're going to walk through the same place. He can cope. Definitely he can cope. No, we're not going to let you go through our titles. We're fine. The dishonorable Lord Willem Mandley has failed to answer my call to arms. Is taking sides with the rebels. Don't bother with me dealing... Oh no, never mind. Suffer the consequences. Enforce the victory. Oh. What's this? This is an interesting one. I don't know what the conditions are, but we can just enforce victory. Oh, we reached 100% war score. I've never seen it come up as like a thing here. Do I just do it too quickly usually? I guess we'll enforce victory. Huh. Okay. The war has been won. The rebels' army has been crushed by our brave loyalist. Lord Russell Willem, one of the traitors, has been brought before you to hear your judgment. So the Willems are underneath the Tyrells. We'll let him bend the knee. Because he's underneath the Tyrells. Anyone who's underneath the Reach or the Westlands, they can bend the knee. Same with the Stormlands. I think, actually, yeah. So, let him bend the knee. War has been won. The rebels' army has been crushed by our brave loyalist. Lord Stefan Varner, one of the traitors, has been brought before you to hear the judgment under the Tyrells. Let him bend the knee. War has been won. This is Sir John Fossaway of the New Barrels. Excellent. He can definitely bend the knee. War has been won. Rebels' armies is the other side. This is the Red Apples. Old habits die the hard, but we'll let him bend the knee. We have the Meadows. We'll let him bend the knee because he's underneath the Reach. And we have Shireen Baratheon. I demand her head along with all Baratheon lands. Definitely. Yep, she's dead. She's very dead. I keep moving them to the side so I don't accidentally click through. And who have we got now? Macy of Macy's Hook, which is... You're underneath the Crown lands. Okay, well, in which case, I'm afraid I'll be having your head. The Florence are underneath the Reach. You can bend the knee. Farings, I believe, are underneath the Stormlands. Crownlands. Never mind. Definitely gonna forfeit your lands. And she's brought before you for her execution. Perhaps I should bring her father, Sir Stannis, here as well, so I can make him watch me strangle his child to death with my bare hands. Yeah, that sounds like a Joffrey. Definitely. King Joffrey is the Lordship of Stonedance from Sir Marek Macy, and the High Lordship of Macy's Hook, and the Lordship of Firing Cross. Just waste a couple days for everyone to come back underneath the Iron Throne. Don't need help managing our titles. Your Grace, rather than face your judgment with dignity and honour, Marek Macy tried to flee the realm. We captured him, however, and he'll face the block. Justice will be done. Wiped out my family. Wiped out my family. They're all not very happy with this. Oh well. And the wars between the great powers of the Iron Throne have subsided for now. Okay. Someone's joined factions. The alliance has broken down because he's now underneath us. And it's all coming back. Reappoint the old council. That means Tywin will become our hand of the king. Definitely, yes. Okay. Wait just a little bit longer. He can the Vale can cope. So the Vale's the only people not underneath us right now. Right. Let's try handing out some of these things. So, Tywin. He will definitely be overseeing the realm. Now, with Tywin here, he was the one pushing for Tyrion to marry Sansa, and then for that whole line of thought to go along, right? So I would assume that it would just happen. That seems like that's the obvious way. Also, winter has come. Okay. So, this is all lagging slightly because we've got so many things going on, but that's fine. In fact, you know what we're going to do? We're going to quickly drop a save. Yes, we're just dropping that save there so that if anything does crash, we don't just have to redo the entire war. Sansa, I would like you to marry... Do I just... Okay. Can I do it the other way? Can I go like, Tyrion, I want you to marry Sansa? Tyrion Lannister, I was thinking of the easiest path to him. There he is. Arrange marriage to... No, we can't do that because she's not in... Because she's not... If we release her, where does she go? I don't know. I kind of want to release her. And then arrange the marriage. I don't know if that's going to work. I think we will, though. Maybe. I don't know if that's the way it works. Maybe we can try and get the more decisions mod. In fact, I will end the episode. Well, not end the episode, but in this part of the episode here, I'll go see if I can get that mod and see whether we can get those options available. Okay, so I have some good news and I have some bad news. Bad news is I cannot get that mod, and it doesn't even do what I want it to anyway. It would allow us to marry people we have imprisoned, but it wouldn't allow us to actually marry them to other people. However, you ready for the good news? Also, we can't add it to an existing save game. But ready for the good news. I believe I figured this out. It's a couple days later, but I think if we release Sansa, I was assuming that if we release Sansa, she'd go back to the court in the north, right? To Winterfell, basically. I think we hold Winterfell currently anyway. But I was believing she would go back there. However, when we imprisoned her, she was in our court. So actually, she would continue being in our court when we release her. So, in theory, if we just release her, she just appears in our court. Where is she? She's just in our court. Yeah, there was no reason for any complicated stuff here. Sansa's just in our court now. Now, what we can do is we can marry Sansa to... I believe Tyrion would probably be the best option to marry Sansa to. We do have Tywin as our Hand of the King. This is Tywin's plan to send Tyrion up there to marry Sansa. They both get to live in the north, and then he can give Castle Rock to, he believes, Jaime, but we will see. So, let us marry Sansa to Tyrion, I guess. Let's see how that goes. So, Sansa, I wish you to marry Tyrion the Imp. Yes, see, that all works. You are now married. Now we give our Uncle Tyrion the Lordship of Winterfell. There we go. Then we give him the Kingdom of the North and all of its lore holdings. Tyrion absolutely goddamn loves us. He thinks we're the best. He's the only person in the realm who does, but that's fine. Tyrion now holds the North with Sansa, as per the plan. Okay, so as per Tywin's plan. And Tywin's still alive, and he's our Hand of the King, so I would assume he would hold the same position that he used to hold anyway. Okay, Vale, still pretty much destroyed. Nobody controls the Vale. Who are we going to give the Riverlands to? Any guesses? Any guesses? If you said the Freys, you would be 100% correct. The reason we're giving it to the Freys is because, well, we have a lot of ties with the Freys maritally. Like, the Lannisters do anyway. Us, as a Baratheon, don't, but Lannisters have a lot of ties to the Freys through marriage. Well, there's a lot of Freys. I mean, I imagine a lot of the people in the realm have ties to Freys through marriage, but these people in particular joined our side in the war. They didn't do the Red Wedding or anything like that, so that didn't happen in this timeline. But they did, well, they did take over they did help us in the Riverlands. They controlled all the north side. I mean, these Freys are awful. They didn't. But these Freys over here, they joined us. So, Ryman Frey, you are now the king of the Riverlands. Enjoy all of its stuff. Actually, know what we're going to do first? Harrenhal, we need to give away, because it was Baelish who held Harrenhal, right? And Baelish died. Apparently the Harrenhal curse got him, I guess. So what we're going to do instead, we're going to give away Harrenhal first. And we're going to give away Harrenhal to... We're going to give it to Bronn, I think. And the reason we're giving it to Bronn is we're giving him a title that basically puts him out of the way. We're basically giving him a... We're saying, you did a great job for us. You were our master at arms. You helped lead our armies. You were fantastic. We're giving you a reward. Your reward is you get to go live in this brilliant castle, this great lord castle, which is a ruin. Enjoy your reward. It's not cursed at all. And it means that him and Tyrion are broken up. And, I mean, he could go north with Tyrion. He didn't, though. we're just going to give it to him. And we are going to give him that, and then we're going to put him under the phrase, and we'll never hear from him again. That's our plan anyway. So Bronn takes a name he took not as his name, which is brilliant, because I actually recorded this half of it once before, and I gave him Harrenhal, and he also chose not. We had some audio issues in one of the recordings, so I had to ditch it and redo it, so this is why this one's done slightly later. Anyway, Bronn can hold Harrenhal, which is a nice reward for him, which also is a rubbish reward for him. And then we will give, where is it? Yes, Mr. Frey. We'll grant you the Riverlands. There we go. He can hold that. So we have the North, nicely held by Tyrion. We have the Westerlands, held by Tywin, our grandfather. The Riverlands are held by the Freys. We have to decide what to do with the Stormlands. Now, the Stormlands were last held by Renly. Renly held the Stormlands when his brother Robert held the Crownlands. So, what we're going to do is, I think what would make sense is, I would like to give it to Tommen. I think I'd like to give Tommen the Stormlands. Although, by that logic, we should give Marcella the Stormlands and then give Tommen Dragonstone. I think we might like Tommen a little bit more than Stannis, if you know what I'm meaning. Also, talking of Stannis, last time in my previous recording, I just remembered, it was a couple days ago, I had him just like sitting, yeah, he's just like sitting in my court. He's just, hey, I'm just here. Don't imprison me or anything. Right, at least he fled to somewhere else. Right. I don't know why Stannis thought he could just sit in my court for without any repercussions. Anyway, that's him got rid of. Just double checking there's nobody else. There's a great debate over whether this Shay here is the right Shay or the wrong Shay, by the way, but we will see. Anyway, I think we should give that to Tommen. Can we give it to him now? We can give that to him now. Now the question is, we could give Tommen Dragonstone, like Stannis was given it, like many other rulers were given Dragonstone, or many other second people were given Dragonstone. That's definitely an option. Is there anyone in the Stormlands we could perhaps marry Marcella to? Oh no, Marcella's marrying in Dorne, isn't she? Of course she's marrying in Dorne. That's the whole point. Yeah. So I guess we'll just give Tommen the Stormlands. That's my plan. I don't think there's anyone else in the Stormlands we particularly like that much. By right, it should go to a Baratheon, right? If we go to the Baratheon house here, like this, we could actually just follow where the Stormlands should go. It goes Renly, Stannis dies, it goes to us, and if it doesn't go to us, then it goes to Tommen. Like, it's straight succession, actually, for once. So, Tommen, would you like to have... we need to give him land, I think. We give him Storm's End first, I think. There we go. Lordship of Storm's End, including the lower titles. Then we give Tommen, our brother, the Kingdom of the Stormlands. Perfect. And we'll find him a good marriage to go with that as well next time. We have a couple other things still to clear up, but I think I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.